Describe a place with a lot of trees that you would like to visit, a forest oasis. You should say where it is, how you knew this place, what it is like, and explain why you would like to visit it. I would like to talk about the Amazon rainforest, which is one of the most famous forests in the world and a place I have always wanted to visit. It is located in South America and stretches across several countries, including Brazil, Peru, and Colombia. I first learned about this rainforest when I was in secondary school through geography lessons. Later, I watched several documentaries that highlighted its incredible biodiversity and its importance to the global climate. Since then, I have been fascinated by its natural beauty and ecological significance. The Amazon rainforest is often described as the lungs of the earth because it produces a large amount of oxygen and absorbs carbon dioxide. It is home to millions of plant and animal species, many of which cannot be found anywhere else. From what I've seen in documentaries, the forest looks incredibly dense, lush, and vibrant, with towering trees, winding rivers, and exotic wildlife. The atmosphere seems mysterious, yet peaceful at the same time. I would really like to visit this place because I want to experience nature in its purest form. Living in a busy urban environment, I rarely have the chance to be surrounded by untouched nature. Visiting the Amazon would allow me to disconnect from technology and appreciate the beauty of the natural world. Moreover, I think such a trip would help me gain a deeper understanding of environmental protection and the importance of preserving natural resources for future generations. Overall, it would not only be an exciting adventure, but also a meaningful and eye-opening experience for me. Vocabulary. Stretch across several countries. Geography lessons. The lungs of the earth. Incredible biodiversity. Absorb carbon dioxide. Untouched nature. Towering trees. Winding rivers. Dense and lush forest. Preserve natural resources. Eye-opening experience. 1. Why do people like visiting places with trees or forests? I think many people are drawn to forests because they offer a peaceful escape from urban life. In big cities, people are constantly exposed to noise, traffic, and pollution, which can be mentally exhausting. Being surrounded by trees helps reduce stress and improve overall well-being. Forests also provide fresh air and a sense of tranquility that is difficult to find in crowded areas. In addition, spending time in nature allows people to reconnect with themselves and slow down their pace of life. 2. Are natural views better than city views? In my opinion, natural views are generally more relaxing and refreshing than city views. Natural landscapes, such as forests or mountains, provide a sense of harmony and balance. On the other hand, city views can be impressive due to modern architecture and skyscrapers. However, they often lack the calming effect that nature offers. Ultimately, it depends on personal preference, but I personally find natural scenery more therapeutic. 3. Do all people need some nature? Yes, I believe everyone needs some connection with nature, regardless of where they live. Humans are not designed to stay in artificial environments all the time. Exposure to nature can reduce anxiety and improve mental health. Even small green spaces, such as parks or gardens, can make a significant difference. Therefore, access to nature should be considered an essential part of urban planning. 4. Are people hardwired to protect the environment? I think humans have a natural instinct to appreciate and protect their surroundings. However, whether they actually take action depends on education and awareness. Some people are environmentally conscious and actively reduce their carbon footprint. Others may prioritize economic development over environmental protection. So, while we may have the potential to care about nature, external factors strongly influence our behavior. 5. How can governments encourage people to protect forests? Governments can raise public awareness through educational campaigns and school programs. They can also introduce strict environmental regulations to prevent illegal logging. Providing incentives for sustainable practices is another effective solution. In the long run, cooperation between governments and communities is essential to ensure forest conservation. 6. What are the consequences of deforestation? Deforestation can lead to serious environmental problems. It contributes to climate change because fewer trees are available to absorb carbon dioxide. In addition, it destroys wildlife habitats and threatens biodiversity. Over time, it may also cause soil erosion and natural disasters such as floods. Therefore, deforestation has both environmental and social impacts. 7. Do you think young people are more environmentally aware than older generations? In general, I think young people today are more environmentally aware because they receive more information through social media and education. Many of them actively participate in environmental campaigns and adopt eco-friendly lifestyles. However, older generations may have practical knowledge about conservation gained through life experience. So, I believe both generations have different strengths when it comes to environmental protection. Describe a wild animal that you want to know more about. You should say what it is, when where you saw it, why you want to know more about it, and explain what you want to know more about it. I would like to talk about the giant panda, which is a wild animal that I have always found fascinating. The first time I saw a panda was when I was a child watching a wildlife documentary on television. Later, I also saw pictures and short videos of pandas on social media. I have never seen one in real life, but I hope I will have the chance to visit a zoo or a conservation center where pandas are protected in the future. What makes pandas so interesting to me is their unique appearance and behavior. They have distinctive black and white fur and a calm, gentle expression that makes them look almost like cartoon characters. Despite belonging to the bear family, they mainly feed on bamboo, which is quite unusual for such a large mammal. This contrast between their size and their diet makes them even more intriguing. I would like to know more about their lifestyle and survival strategies in the wild. For example, I am curious about how they adapt to their natural habitat and how they manage to survive despite having such a limited diet. I am also interested in learning more about conservation efforts to protect them, as pandas are considered a vulnerable species. Understanding the challenges they face, such as habitat loss and climate change, would help me appreciate the importance of wildlife protection. Overall, I think learning more about pandas would not only satisfy my curiosity, but also raise my awareness of environmental conservation. Vocabulary. Fascinating. Wildlife documentary. Conservation center. Unique appearance. Large mammal. Intriguing. Survival strategies. Natural habitat. Vulnerable species. Habitat loss. Environmental. Conservation. 1. Why are some people more willing to protect wild animals than others? I think the difference mainly comes from awareness and personal values. People who are educated about environmental issues tend to understand the importance of biodiversity and ecological balance. In contrast, those who prioritize economic development may see wildlife protection as less urgent. Personal experiences also play a role, as individuals who feel emotionally connected to animals are usually more willing to protect them. Therefore, education and exposure are key factors in shaping attitudes toward wildlife conservation. 2. Do you think it's important to take children to the zoo to see animals? Yes, I believe visiting the zoo can be beneficial for children. It allows them to observe animals up close and develop a sense of curiosity about the natural world. Zoos can also provide educational programs that teach children about endangered species and conservation efforts. However, it is important that zoos ensure proper animal welfare, and ethical treatment. Otherwise, the educational value may be overshadowed by moral concerns. 3. What are the main threats to wild animals today? One of the biggest threats to wild animals is habitat destruction caused by deforestation and urban expansion. Climate change also has a serious impact on ecosystems and food sources. In addition, illegal hunting and poaching significantly reduce animal populations. These factors combined have pushed many species to the brink of extinction. 4. How can governments help protect wild animals? Governments can introduce stricter environmental regulations and enforce laws against illegal wildlife trade. They can also establish protected areas such as national parks and wildlife reserves. Funding scientific research and conservation programs is another effective approach. In the long term, international cooperation is essential to address global environmental challenges. 5. Do you think wildlife documentaries are helpful in raising awareness? Absolutely. Wildlife documentaries play a significant role in educating the public about environmental issues. They provide visual evidence of the beauty of nature, as well as the threats animals face. By presenting real-life footage, documentaries can evoke empathy and inspire people to take action. In my opinion, they are a powerful tool for environmental education. 6. Should people be punished for harming wild animals? Yes, I believe strict penalties are necessary to deter illegal activities such as poaching. Without strong legal consequences, some individuals may continue exploiting wildlife for profit. However, punishment alone is not enough. Education and awareness campaigns are equally important. A combination of law enforcement and public education would be more effective in protecting wild animals.